This video is for those that are thinking about starting a garden or have started a garden and also want to harvest your own eggs. Most people think about getting chickens, but we have ducks, and ducks are a really cool alternative to having chickens if chickens is either not fitted for your area or like our daughter, she has a chicken egg allergy, so there was no point in us actually having the eggs because we can't use them. But she was able to eat duck eggs, which a lot of people who can't eat chicken eggs can actually eat duck eggs. So duck eggs in our area are extremely expensive. They run about $1 an egg. So we decided to build our own little duck coop, and we are now in the process of raising 3 Welsh Harlequin ducks. So my morning routine is pretty easy. Once you get your coop set up, they're fairly easy maintenance. It takes maybe anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. And then that's pretty much it for until I come home from work at the end of the day. I start out by just hosing down their paddock, which is filled with river rock, and I have some rubber mats down just to protect their feet and give them a little bit of a break. They have this water trough and a water bowl. They have to have water available to them at all times. They need enough water to dunk their whole bill in. And they don't need a pond, but I use this little water trough. They love swimming in it. The water gets very, very dirty. They poo in their water, and so it must be changed daily. If they've spent most of the day foraging, I may let it go a day, but usually I don't. And then I scrub it down once a week with the soap. So once I have hosed down the paddock and changed the water, I'll go ahead and put out their feed. We were using a dry pellet feed, but they weren't that keen on it. Ducks really like their food wet. So I'll either ferment it for a day or two, or I'll just wet it down, and they love it wet. It does not last. When we had it as a dry pellet, we had a lot of issues with rats. The ducks they were throwing the food everywhere. The rats were coming in, and the ducks weren't eating enough food. And one of them actually developed something called wry neck because of a nutritional deficiency. So once we started wetting the food, they finish it off right away, and I don't have any more problems with rats because there's no food for them to go after. And, I got a little egg. So every morning I'll check their little house, make sure don't miss any eggs. You may end up going on egg hunts because our ducks will forage, so they'll wander the backyard and keep the bug population down, but they just kind of drop their eggs wherever. So usually they'll lay them early in the morning, so most of the time I can get them out of the house, but I have found them in the pond and in the ivy and just kind of in the most random places. So you may be doing Easter egg hunts on a frequent basis if you let your ducks roam around. There's Charlie, he wants to play frisbee. So once I've dealt with the ducks, then I always do a once over of the garden just to see if anything needs watered. I do most of my watering at night. So in my morning routine check, it's just kind of a top-off type of deal. Usually I don't have to do anything. Everything is still pretty moist. This is our greenhouse. I've got spring right around the corner, so we've got seedlings started. I have some pepper plants from last spring that were doing great, so I just kept them in here. I'll check the soil. If it's damp, I don't bother watering. So everything is looking good so far. And I've got some citrus trees, banana trees. Those need to come out. They're not very happy in my greenhouse. They need to be going in the ground soon. Depending on the weather, I'll either just close up the greenhouse again. I might keep it open for some pollinators to wander on in. I check the fruit trees. This little pomegranate tree's got some new growth on it. The days are getting longer and warmer. New buds on the nectarine. I'll also check out the garden beds. I have onions coming in. We've got beets, carrots, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. All these I started in the fall. This bed doesn't get a lot of sun, so I'm hoping I will actually be able to harvest from this bed. It's getting quite warm, so these vegetables may not like me very much. I got some radishes. This one was ready to pick, so I picked it. And ducks are out foraging, keeping our bugs down. And they love radish greens, so I'll just pluck a few greens off and put them in their water.